Good morning, people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Spirit Journey. Good morning. Today is Sunday, January 30th, 2022, and the time is now 6:07 a.m. in the morning. And you're looking at the beautiful skyline of New York City. Yes. How's your day going? Well, you know, it is freezing out here. Yes, it is 12. I just checked my app and it is 12 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's a little cold in my room. Yeah, I actually, so I was just drinking my water. You guys know that when I get up in the morning, I drink like a liter of water just to get hydrated. Yes. For whatever reason, I get so dried out, and my dogs have been drinking a lot of water too, and peeing a lot. Yeah, this weather is very drying. It dries out your mouth, your skin. Yeah, it is very, very drying. So we have to stay hydrated. Okay, I hope you guys could hear me. Just getting my mic, making sure this close to my mouth. Not like yesterday. You know what happened yesterday? I did a video yesterday, and I accidentally, I was to have it plugged into the outlet, but I put in the wrong plug. I put I put it in the port, my earpiece, and not the charger. And so you may not have heard half of the content. Yeah, so I have to be careful. So yes, I have my mic on now, so I hope you can hear me. Well, I had an interesting day yesterday. I've been staying in a lot lately, and I don't feel I don't feel guilty. Yeah, it was cold out there, and today's even colder. Yesterday was like 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, right now it's 12 degrees Fahrenheit. I have nothing to prove to go out there. I mean, I have this jumpsuit that is designed for minus degree weather. And I did use it last week, but you still have to dress careful because the vent, I mean, it has like, even though you wear something underneath it, when you get up, like I was sitting down, I was feeling good, but when I got up, there was air was able to go down the front part, down the neck and out the feet. So you get like a draft. Yeah. So you have to wear something underneath that's close to the body so that if the cold air goes down, it doesn't hit your skin. Yeah, you get cold. And and that was like a 20 something degrees Fahrenheit when I went out last week. And so for 12 degrees, I mean, honey, uh, it's cold. And my little dog, my little girl started shaking in the cold. Now, they all have their little coats, but the little, it was a Shih Tzu. The little Shih Tzus, they don't have fur, they have hair. And it's different. So the hair does not protect them from the cold. So my little girl was a little cold. Yeah, so I hurried home, you know, and so you can't fight the cold. Some things, I mean, if I keep them home and just go out by myself, that's one thing. But I don't want my little dogs to freeze, unnecessarily. Yeah, she's right at my feet right now. Well, anyways, people, um, today I want to talk about a subject. I think it's an interesting topic. I entitled it "The Narcissist and the Empath and the Narcissist." Are you an empath? Yeah, I'm really addressing this video to empaths, sensitive people. Yeah, I'm one. I Yeah, it's kind of like a new term. You know, I realized I was talking to someone recently, and I realized that my past friendships was that they were narcissists, and it just hit me when the person I was speaking to uh, said what they said. I realized that is what characterized some of the so-called friendships that I had in the past. And I want to talk about the nature of the empath and the narcissist, and how I think I'm considered an empath. And with people who are empathetic, they have this strong desire to fix or to help, you know, and that's me. And I see that, you don't want to confront things, you avoid confrontation because you might hurt the other person's feelings. So you're always worried about other people's feelings, even though they're not caring or respecting your feelings. Does that sound familiar, people? Yeah, it's okay to laugh. It's okay to laugh at this. When you start to see what things are, I didn't realize it until the person used that term. I said, "Oh my goodness, that's what I think what I fell into." Well, the narcissists, as I said, these we tend to be very sensitive souls. You care about everybody else's feelings. You feel like you have to fix things because everybody's supposed to be happy around you. And you take the blame when things don't go right, when someone gets upset. And people may start targeting you. Let's say you're an empath and you have you're part of a household. You have siblings. You live in a house with relatives, whatever, family. And don't you notice they try to blame you for everything? You may not have even been in the room. You might have been overseas, and they blame you for something. Let's say they were talking about you behind your back, and something happens when they were doing a person got offended because they were talking about you, about something, whatever, and then they contact you and tell you you better apologize because and it was something that was your business. I was in a situation. I had moved. In fact, I'm going to be upfront. I had to escape a situation, a very dangerous situation, and I had to leave to a homeless shelter. And I had called a particular family member to let them know where I was. Within the week, when I moved in, I contacted that person. Well, guess what? That person was gossiping about me with another family member, and they had their young child, with them at the time, hearing the gossip. And the child started to cry because they were going to miss me. So when I had contacted this relative, family member, and told them where I was and what happened, how dare you make my child cry? You owe an apology. Could you believe that? Now that is something that could happen to empaths, that we become bullied by people, bullied by family members, bullied by bosses, bullied by anybody, because you put up this veneer of victimhood, and that you are the cause for anybody else feeling uncomfortable in life, even though they're making your life miserable. But you don't see that at the time. You don't see that what they're doing to you, because you're so used to being a doormat. Well, well, that's got to end. Empaths, start realizing this. If this is characteristic of you, say no and stand your ground and tell them, hey, back off. See, they don't expect you to speak out. They don't expect you to have boundaries. Well, people, my fellow empaths or sensitives, well, that's going to end. You say enough is enough. And it's okay to have self love, to love yourself, have a healthy respect, and set boundaries for yourself. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If it's okay for them to love themselves, you have a right to love yourself and to set up boundaries. You know? You have that right. So that's what's really characteristic of the empath, that we take on everybody else's problem and it becomes ours. That's a no-no, people. My fellow empaths, don't you dare do that again. Now you could like pray for people, deliverance, that things happen for them that's beneficial. It's okay to pray for people, to wish well, to promote healing at a distance. Stop making other people's problems your problems, because these narcissists attack and they thrive off of your weakness. They're like predators. The narcissist is a predator. Have you been around in life and you're always around predators? Now, what characterizes the narcissist now? Yes, good morning, viewer. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I invite you to say hello in the chat room. Yes, so the narcissist is someone that the world revolves around them. And if they don't get something, it's because of your fault, other people's faults. And that they set no boundaries at getting what they want. They're very controlling. They tend to be highly, highly intelligent people, the narcissist, because they're about gathering, gathering, gathering. And so they're pros at gathering information. And they gather information about you, about others, so they can control the situation. The narcissists are controllers. They, excuse me, they are master manipulators. These people have, excuse me, learned the art of reversals. They can kick someone and they'll blame that person. Well, you shouldn't have been in the way. You just kicked them, and then they blame that person who was kicked by them, that it was their fault. This is a narcissist. A narcissist is a very, very dangerous person. But they also have certain social skills of manipulation. They know how to control others. They could be very outgoing. They might wear really nice clothes. Or they could be real well groomed, you know. Oh, they have education. They have maybe multiple degrees. They have money. They have money because they know how to manipulate and gather money. They like to hoard, the narcissists, because they feel that the world revolves around them. And so they like to build up an armory of material goods around them to give them a sense of security. The narcissist is a highly insecure person. So they need things to make them feel stable. And the more things they have around them, the more stable they feel. And the more that they have people around them serving that person, the more secure they are. So that's why that they've learned the art of control, of controlling their environment, controlling others to suit their needs. They lack a sense of responsibility when they do something wrong. So that's why they don't know about consequences. They don't care about consequences. They just go on. So they have a sense of bravery, a false sense of bravery. They're not brave, they're cowards. They're controllers. They pick on people that they perceive as being weaker than them. And they focus on these type of people. They never really give. But initially, the narcissist could be pleasant to talk to because they're well read. So they know your intellect. They seem to be able to blend in with other people's intellect. You tend to be highly intelligent people. And so they're able to mask themselves, to be able to mold into the intellect of the people around them and make you feel, they might initially make you feel special. They're exciting because they're risk takers. Yeah, the narcissist is a risk taker. They love taking risks. They somehow, they always seem to have money for everything. They go here and there. And you wonder, how do they do this? Have you ever had a friendship like that before? That somehow they seem to have endless amount of money. And then when you're around them, you feel inadequate. Like, wow, they can outspend me. Not that I was having a contest with them in spending power, but like I know what I was making. I was working full time and they're part time. So how did they get all this money? Yeah, the narcissists have secrets. Yeah. So that's why it's not good to be around or hang around narcissists because they seem to have secrets and somehow you're not privy to it. And that adds the allure to that person. The allure of, wow, how did they do it? How did they get money to go on this vacation, that vacation, uh, that outfit, or those electronics? Seem to have endless amount of money. Well, the narcissist may have the gift of manipulating people to give them money or things. They're able to say, hey, so and so, just in the woods, just visiting, hey, could you help me out here with something? Or could you help me move? Or what? Yeah. They like the narcissists like servants. They think everybody is to serve them. And you just feel like, wow, this person likes me and they want me to help them out. So initially you feel valued initially, and then you start to feel the using pattern. You start to slowly and slowly feel more and more, learns how to control others' behavior. And it's like quicksand. Once you get in, you slowly start to sink downward and downward and downward. And you feel like, is this your imagination? But why do I feel like I'm in quicksand? You enjoy the company of this person. They're full of energy and they're exciting. But you slowly start to feel used. Yeah, I realize in life that I was attracting these type of people. And I want to, I'm sharing this story because I spoke to someone recently, and they're a very nice person, and they were getting caught in the quicksand of a narcissist. And I want to encourage them. I started thinking about it this morning, and I say to myself, don't blame yourself for having this friendship because you didn't know. We empaths generally don't realize because, see, we're about fixing and helping others. We're like sponges. We absorb every negativity because we have to soak it up and fix things and make other people happy. And you're not happy if they're not happy, and you put that responsibility on yourself. Well, I say this to you this morning, empaths, my fellow empaths, don't you dare think like that. It is not your responsibility to make others happy. Happiness comes from within. It is other people's responsibility to take the responsibility over their life, how they feel. Your emotions are your emotions, and if you don't like how you feel, you change yourself. You take that responsibility on yourself, and it's not other people's fault. And if someone doesn't make you feel comfortable, don't hang out with them. If you want to blame others for how you feel, then stay away from them. And that's taking responsibility. What you can handle. We get upset, and we could be upset for weeks and months. And it pulls our energy, people. These empaths are beautiful people. And this person that think about this fellow empath, don't let them rob your joy. You are a beautiful human being, a beautiful person with skills. And uh, people need to deserve you. You don't realize the value you have. You are a highly valuable person. See yourself that way. People should deserve your company. You know, it's not about them. You're valuable. If they're around you, it's because, they should appreciate you. If they don't appreciate you, empath, you know, distance yourself from them. Start looking in the mirror. You notice you been walking around sad or depressed? One minute you were feeling good about yourself, you were radiant, and then when you're around that other person, you start to feel like, boy, they're making me feel like a real loser or stupid or clumsy or of no value. Do you feel that way, empath, my fellow empath? Well, today is the day of liberation. It's not in your head. It's not all in your head. You are being manipulated and controlled, and they're also they're vampires also. They're social vampires. Yeah, they suck out your energy to uh, gather strength for themselves. They never give. They're always taking from you. Start noticing when you're around certain people. Do you feel drained? Do you feel manipulated? Start asking yourself this question. When you walk away from them, you finish seeing them for that day, whatever, do they walk away feeling triumphant and you walk away feeling like your tail between your leg? This could be the sign that you are around a narcissist or even the, what do you call it, the social vampire, and they're there to devour the people around you. They devour. Start noticing. And it's early 2022. Start noticing. You say, I'm going to limit who I see. It's your right. If something doesn't fit right, then it doesn't fit right. And it doesn't fit right for a reason. I used to, I used to have this friend. I want to share you this story. And I never knew, I met this person in 2015. And I learned the term empath just a while ago, just, very recent. And yesterday, it it came to my awareness through a conversation I was having with someone yesterday. I said, "Oh my!" It just clicked. That's what happened. This friendship that I had. See, now I know a name for it. I knew a person, uh, a woman. We were about the same age. She was a little older, like a year and a half older than me. She was a professional. She was a lawyer. And she's from another country. I don't want to give too much information. Yeah, but she was from Africa. Let me put at that. She was a black woman from Africa. That's all that I give of her identity. And I had my dogs with me at a park, a little neighborhood park. And she had a dog that passed away. And so she liked looking at my dog. She walked over and she was polite. Yeah, the narcissist knows how to be polite and social initially to bring you in, make you feel trusting of them. And she said she was new in town. She was living in New York City for a couple of months, and um, she hasn't really took the time to go around. And I told her about this park, Central Park. She said, I've never been there. I said, you live in New York City and you've never been to Central Park? So I said, being the empath, wow, I can take you there. Yeah, we can walk over there, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's a fun conversation. That's one thing. The narcissist could be fun initially. And then I'm the helper, the empath. And I wanted to reach out to a newbie in New York City. I love my city. So we exchanged numbers. Yeah, she lived in my area. She lived a couple of blocks away. And we met up maybe a week later, something like that. It was, I think, a Sunday. And we walked over to Central Park. Uh, then, yeah, I had a lot of fun talking. Intellectually, I thought intellectually that we were compatible. Uh, she had a cell phone. Back then, I didn't have my cell phone. I didn't have a cell phone back then. And she had a cell phone, and she had gotten a call from this person to do her hair. She was to get her hair braided or something like that. The person let them know that they're on their way, and to meet her at at her home, at my friend's house, my new friend's house. So I'm thinking, oh, I get. I'm saying to myself, we should get ready to go then, because we have to walk back. It'll take over a half an hour to walk back home. So we do eventually start to walk back home. Yeah, I'm very time sensitive. The narcissist is not time sensitive. They want things to happen fast for them, but they don't give time to others. Okay, that's another thing about them. They're always late, the narcissist, because it's about them and their needs. So, yeah, and they were late for that first time us meeting too. They were late, about 20 minutes late or something like 20 minutes, about 20 minutes. And it could have even been a half an hour, but it was at least 20 minutes late. And they live right there. We just had to meet down the block, 1 block away, and then we walk up to the park. Um, well, when we were on our way home, because she has a hair appointment waiting for her at her doorstep, she said, "Oh, I just want to go in the store." It was a thrift shop. She likes things. Yeah, see again about the narcissists. They like things. They like to control things. They like to obtain things because it makes them feel secure. And I said, "Oh well, your friend is waiting for you. The person do your hair. Oh, I just want to see real quick. This lady's staying in that thing for a long ass time." And I felt awkward. I said, "Wow, I don't want to be the cause of some, you have a hair appointment and they're waiting for you and they didn't care." I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And yeah, if she does even if she invites me to her home. Yeah, she was very very pleasant. I felt awkward. She invited me for dinner. She 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 heated leftover. It was really nice. I enjoyed it. A real cozy place. Yeah, the narcissist likes nice things. Yeah, she had a nice cozy house and a backyard. Yeah, it was nice. I enjoyed it. Um, and then some of the patterns that started happening. Um, she would call we she would call me all the time. "Hey, let's go to such and such place." And then I noticed like the money, because see, I felt like I had to be able to um, afford this friendship. Because again, she's a lawyer. She has her own business. She's a self-made woman. She has multiple degrees. Yeah, the narcissist is intelligent. They educate themselves. And I felt, you see, I was very insecure as an empath. Very insecure because I wanted her to like me, and I wanted to be able to keep up with her financially. I pay my own way. I don't believe in being a leech. But slowly, this person seemed to be, I don't know, like leeching and not having money. Like here, she's a lawyer, but she never seems to have money for her. So like this was early in our friendship, and I'm in her home, and the power company cuts her service. Her, what do you call it, internet and television, cable and all that. They cut it because she didn't pay her bill. So they're always losing money too. Then she said, I remember she said to me, "Thank God I had enough sense." She says, "Wow, I can't ask you to give me money for it. I couldn't do that to you." Yeah, I kept quiet. See, I had enough sense. Thank God I had enough sense, because I realize now that she was manipulating me to pay her bill. See, they're very cunning, the narcissist. But I just stay quiet because, I was thinking to myself, her electric bill, she's a grown ass woman with children. Yeah, her children live with her former husband. And that's her business. That's not my responsibility paying anybody's electric bill, phone bill, whatever. I had the money to pay for it for her. But this was a new friendship, and I just didn't feel comfortable. Said, thank God I had at least that much sense. But I realized what she was doing to try to make me pay for her bill, you know. But she amazingly is able to find the money to pay it in a couple of days. Um, what else? They're reckless too. She was always losing cell phones, and she would have those big cell phones back then. That costs a lot of money, boy. And how? So they're reckless with their belongings because they know they just get another one or have somebody buy it for them. Okay. Oh, I'm looking at the sky. Yeah, it says it's dawn approaching. Yeah, I love dawn. I love this time of the day, people. This is my favorite part of the day. I love looking at the lights on the buildings. Yes, yes, it's 6:43 a.m. New York City time. Yes, the sun will come up around 6:10. I mean 7:10 a.m. today. So that's just in a couple of more minutes. I love it. I love it. Yes, good morning dawn of the day. So getting back with the narcissist. So we will always eat out. Yeah, the narcissist doesn't control their spending because they have an insatiable appetite, literally. And we started going out to restaurants. And, I would pay my own way. She'd pay her way. But it's expensive. We went out, I think, like 3 times a week. We go to movies. So she was a movie buddy. And then I had to want, like, since she's always late, see, the narcissist is always late, I would pay for the tickets. Because, I'm very practical. Hey, Nubian. Yes, yes. The story about the narcissist and the empath. Yes, good morning, girl. Yeah, thank you for saying hello in the chat room. Yeah, I'm just explaining about a so-called friendship I had with I discovered she was a narcissist. I didn't know the name for her until a new friend, a new acquaintance, uh, shared me the term narcissists. I mean, of course, I've heard the name narcissist, but it clicked when this person said it. And I realized that's what I was faced with. When you're able to pinpoint the name of something, it brings about more clarity and understanding. So that's why I'm doing this video. So, yeah, the narcissist is always late. And so, me being the empath, I like to fix things, fix problems. So, I didn't want to have us wait any longer because I don't like being late as an empath because I care about being on time because other people may have to be waiting. And I don't like missing things. So, that's why I'm always on time. And so, it would be time efficient for me to buy the tickets for both of us. And I didn't like that. So I said, okay, I bought the tickets. I told her, okay, you pay for the popcorn and stuff. So it was pretty much 50-50. I bought the tickets and she bought the refreshments. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Nubian. Yes. I like being on time. And I feel people who like to be late, I have very little. No, no, yes, yes. Sometimes things happen with transportation, but you know what I'm getting at, people. When people are just lazy, they just don't care. And she didn't care about being late because it's all about her. And so this was happening a lot, though. And I didn't like it. I mean, I feel again guilty as the empath. Guilty. Yes, just rude. Yeah, Nubian, you got it. Yes. And so I just felt like I had to carry her. Now, yeah, I don't mind carrying a friend. I'm about protecting my friends because I'm an empath. But it wasn't extended towards me, and I felt like I always had to fix something in situation. Um, and I was spending money. Um, I felt I was going to, getting real poor. I get all my bills paid, but I was just spending money galore. And back then I didn't have a cell phone. And towards the end of the friendship, it was a summer friendship with this person. And I didn't have a cell phone back then. I had a house phone, but I would miss the calls. And being an empath, I didn't want to lose her phone calls since, because I have a life too. Sometimes I had appointments or I'm out with my dogs, whatever. And I didn't want to miss any phone calls. because she was a new friend, and it was so much fun socializing with her. So I bought a cell phone. Oh my God. And so now I wasn't missing any phone calls. So it was almost like a manipulation, an obsession. I had to control, just be on top of everything. I wanted to be efficient in this friendship. But I was feeling drained. I was being drained financially. I was being drained physically because now we would keep on going out to dinner, going out to the movies. And I felt tired. And I said, boy, why do I feel tired? Why do I feel like an old lady? I couldn't understand it. And then she even did this one time. Um, Now she's a businesswoman. She is a lawyer. She has her own business, and she has helpers to assist her. Or well, interns. She has interns working for her. Yeah, I was a real friend. Yeah, and so she had called me at home. I was at home at the time, and she was coming home from work, and she had what happened now? Yeah, she would lock herself out of her apartment. And so she had to sleep over my place and wait for the super to come in the building to unlock the door. So I let her stay in my house. She showered, she slept over and everything, you know. And then other days, like she would come by after work just to chill out. And I didn't mind that. But what I did mind was that she started leaving her belongings in my place. She would leave money, her change. Yeah. Yeah, she started leaving like a jewelry, money on in my house. Her computer. She left her computer in my house one time. And I didn't like that. And I'm not trying to say I'm an insensitive friend. I started to feel like, boy, why are you being so picky, spirit journey? You should be compassionate to your friend who's in a need, who just forgot she's probably tired from work and she just wanted to chill out a few minutes before she continue on her journey home because she lives about 5 blocks away from me. Oh, I should be more compassionate, I was saying, you know. But I just know I didn't like it. And I remember someone in the past had told me that they themselves like to leave things in people's homes. Get this, people. This is very, very important. This is very important. That they, yeah, Nubian. Now that's strange to leave a computer. Yeah, she left her laptop in my house. Oh, we have to go back to your house, she said. Oh, I left my computer in your. I didn't like that. Yes, people could forget things. I don't want, but it bothered me. It started bothering me. Little things started bothering me now. And yeah, someone shared me this secret. Yeah, one thing about the narcissist that they could have really tell you what they're really about, but you don't listen. This other person that I know, they said that they like to purposely leave things in people's home so it gives them an excuse to go back into your house. That particular person told me that thing before I met her. And so when she started leaving things in my house, I remembered what that other person told me, that some people purposely leave things in your home so they have access and excuse to occupy your house, to come back. And I wasn't having it. I didn't like it. And you know what else? See, it's manipulation. It's actually manipulation at work. And this was the other thing that they did that really pissed me off. This was towards the end of the friendship. Yeah, that's right, Nubian. They feel they're never wrong. So, yeah, the story gets better, people. The story gets better. So what happened now? She calls me again on her from her cell phone. Now she works in an area and she walks home. It's like a mile away. And to get to her house from her job, there are many department stores, places that she can shop and buy things, okay? Well, she calls me one day and says, "Oh, could I borrow your shoes? Could I borrow your those sandals? My feet are hurting and uh I've been walking all day and my feet hurt. I'm right at the store around the corner." Yeah, that store around the corner was our new hangout, she'd be coming home from work and she just wanted to sit at go, so a place that sold, bagels and cakes and, little food, food, trendy foods. She says, "I'm just around the corner. Could you come by and loan me some of your shoes, your sandals, because my feet are hurting?" And so I wanted to be a good friend because I didn't want my friend to have her pain on her feet. And I had to be a good friend because I'm an empath and I always want to help people, right? So I I had bought these new cushion, sponge. It was like a sponge foam open toe shoe, like a sandal, real inexpensive. So I said, I let her use that. Yeah, yeah, sounds suspect. So I bring the shoes over, which was just around the corner from where I live, and to hand it to her, and she has her, get this. She had her tote bag. Yeah, she likes carrying a lot of stuff packed in her bag. She had at least one tote bag. Get this, people. She had two pairs of shoes in her bag, hanging, stuffed in her bag that you could see them just uh, outside of her bag. And I said to myself, "What? You got two pairs of fucking shoes in your bag. Why would you have these shoes and then want me to bring my flip-flops for your aching feet?" Oh, I felt manipulated and like made to look like a fucking fool. Oh, I was furious with her. But, I didn't want to show my anger. Yeah. Yeah, she was a user. And so I did let her use my shoes. Oh, and I think that was basically the real wake up call. And I even talked to someone about it back then. I said, "Hey, something happened to me. She asked me to bring shoes, my sandals for her because her feet hurt. And then when I get there, she has two extra pairs of shoes in her tote bag. She has shoes on her feet, and she could have gotten and bought a pair of flip flops because there are multiple stores along the way." So again, the narcissist wants other people to satisfy their needs. And I think I just had enough. Um, I, one day, yeah, this is towards the end of the friendship. Yeah. I think the last week. Yeah, last time that I really communicated with her. She calls me again on a Friday afternoon, and I couldn't get out of bed. Yeah, she arrogant. I physically, I was in the living room on my sofa, and I physically couldn't move out of bed. My cell phone rang, but it was a distance from me. I couldn't reach for it and get it. I would have to physically get out of my sofa, but I was too weak to get out of bed. I mean, out of the sofa. And then she dialed my house number, and I couldn't reach it. And so I let it ring, and she left a brief message. She says, "Hey, so and so, you there?" And then I think she hangs up. And I was planning on just calling her the next day. I didn't want to go out. I knew she probably wanted me to meet her at that store around the corner or go to dinner, and I was losing money, spending a lot of money for this so-called friendship and feeling used and manipulated and her leaving things in my house and I didn't like it. And my body, I was so worn out. Does this sound familiar to some of you empaths out there or sensitives like myself? And so I didn't get out of bed that day. And the next morning, now this is Saturday morning, it could have been maybe 11 in the morning. I was out of bed at this time. Yeah. Nubian says, yes, my sister, you've experienced that before. Yeah. So I felt, oh, what was that now? Yeah. So, yeah, I was up at that time. I was at my computer, I remember. And I think she might have called. I forget who called to, but we spoke. And she said, "Hey, are you okay? I called yesterday." I said, "Yes, I was home. Um, I couldn't get out of my sofa. I felt weak and tired, and I just needed to regroup. And I felt this energy. It's really weird. I don't. It's hard to explain, people, but it's when you say something when you speak, an energy is emitted. The words have meaning slash energy attached to them. I was sincere to her. I was honest. I said, I couldn't get out of bed. I'm exhausted and I just needed time to regroup. That's all I said. And I felt the energy. And again, we were over, on the phone. And I knew then, when I said I needed to regroup, that that was poison to her, and that would be the last comment. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling that happens once in a while. And I knew something happened when I said that word. Um, I needed to regroup. Now, wouldn't a real friend say, "Oh, okay, I'm glad you're okay. We're on the phone talking. You're regrouping. You're tired. You just needed to chill out, whatever." Um, that was basically our last conversation. Okay. And she said, I remember her saying, "Oh, I'll call you over the weekend." Well, I never heard from her. But 2 weeks after that conver- conversation, I bump into her. It was Halloween. Get that. It was Halloween day. And we greet each other. I was happy to see her. I said, "Hey, you going to the parade?" "I'm going to the parade right now." "So I'm just going to stay home, whatever." Yeah. And that was the last time we ever met. She never called me back, never came by, nothing. So people, the narcissist here, see, proves her narcissability, whatever how you pronounce that word, that she didn't like. Now, we had an intense friendship, and I, in essence, never said no to her. But here, I just needed to regroup mentally and physically, and that upset her. How dare I be too tired to pick up the phone and talk to her? She probably wanted to use me, I'm thinking. And that was it. And she never called me back again. Maybe a year or two after that, I bump into her and she was going to walk right past me. Now, this is someone that I thought we were really tight. She sees me, I see her, and she's just going to walk right past me. And I said, "I'm not going to have this," because I have my ego also. And um, so yeah, because it was her birthday or something. And I said, hey, I left a message, I was to leave a message on her phone, her cell phone, to wish her happy birthday, but it didn't go through. It didn't accept my call. So I was angry at that. So I walk up to her, say, hey, how you doing? I tried to call you on your birthday and your phone, didn't accept my call. She says, oh yeah, I lost my phone. Yeah, she will always lose her phone. And so she gave me her new number. But that was it. And, her kid now, one of her children lives with her, you know, but the story gets even better about her. Okay. So that was basically the end of our friendship, you know. It was a summer fun. Oh, I had a ball with her, but it pulls you and drains you. But it was a blessing in disguise. And perhaps uh, my people call it angels or spirit guides or your higher power, uh, was, I think, warning me by not getting out of bed, or I mean my sofa, and let the phone ring, and you just call her the next morning. That shouldn't be a biggie. I was setting boundaries. My highest self was letting me know, set boundaries. If they're a real friend and you just didn't pick up one time and you're just gonna call her in the morning, it wasn't like an emergency. It was an emergency. She just wanted to talk and I was tired. Okay, a real friend would be understanding. But she wasn't, and it was enough to cut a a friendship like that. So it shows you that she wasn't there for me. She was about herself. And when she couldn't use me, I don't know what she wanted to use me for that Friday, but it was enough for her to cut the friendship. Well, let me tell you, there's other goodies to this story. Yeah, this is very important, this story. Because, see, some of us empaths blame ourselves and we get so worked up that you might need medication. And I'm telling you, it's not in your imagination. Yes. Yeah. Okay, I'm just looking at this message. Yeah, she was not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was just horrible energy. It's how you start to feel. Listen to empaths, my fellow empaths. Listen to how you feel. Your body. What is your body telling you? You better start listening to it. And a real friend will understand. You just need to, you can't get out of bed. You need refreshment. Well, if she were a real friend, she would have said, hey, I'll come by and make you dinner or something. You know what? Something. I just couldn't, you know, it was just all about her. So this is the goody part of the story about the empath people. So I want you empaths, you fellow empaths, to know it's not always you. So I was thinking about her. Again, that friendship was about 6.5 years ago. But maybe 2 years ago, yeah, yeah, it was to stay away from her. Yeah, I let her position as being a lawyer and intellect. Oh, there were other things. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, there was a situation. Um, someone now I was learning how to do tarot card readings. I was a newbie, and I'm still a newbie. And I gave her a free reading at that store, that eatery place around the corner, because I wanted to help her. And oh, what happened? Oh, so someone had slandered me over the internet. A person that I met many years ago. That's another story in itself. But she was a user, and I got rid of her. Um, yeah, interesting was over the summer. I was a college student back then. Yeah, this person, yeah, a bit of a narcissist, but she had been victimized by something. She was beat up by her husband before, and now she got a new husband, and she's using her husband. Oh, that's another story. Yeah, I won't go deep in that because that I would really be on for a long time. But oh, what was I saying? Oh, forgot. Oh, okay. Yeah, this particular person I met many years, about 2011, no, 2010. I met this person 2010, um, and I sensed something right away from her. She had invited me to her house, but something didn't feel right, and um, I didn't want to feel controlled about something. It was an organization that she was a part of that I was planning, on joining, and so she was in it for a while. And so some people like to feel in charge, that they know more than you, and that they're there to teach you the rules and this and that. And she didn't realize I was a fast learner. And so it would upset her because I knew how to do certain things and right away. It intimidated her. And I sensed that about her. So I knew I needed to see. I didn't want to feel indebted to this person, and I wanted to know what our friendship was really based on. And there's certain uh, theological, a certain thing. It had to do with religion, and I wanted her to know who I represent. What my core value was, and I knew it would make or break our relationship. So I had nothing to lose, and I would discover right away if she's a real friend or not, because something didn't sit right with me regarding this other person. So I told her what I believed, and it upset her so much she started shaking. We were at a food place, and she was drinking her soda, and she was shaking with anger, literally shaking with anger. So I knew, okay, good. I said, I wasn't rude, but it's a central belief. Either it's going to make our friendship or break it. And I wanted to know right up front. I don't, I see, I felt I didn't have anything to lose. And I want a friendship based on my core values and not uh, pretend that I didn't have these particular value system to keep a friendship. So I told her, and yes, it ended our friendship. And then she wrote something about me over the internet. And I was just being curious one day. I was just curious about the internet. So I typed in my name in uh, this this website or something, and it popped up. And what she said about me. So in anger, I had contacted my so-called friend who's a lawyer and told her what happened. And you know what? She wanted to. She had these helpers. What do you call interns working for her, and the intern said, "Oh, you should charge her such and such amount of money." Uh, she was going to charge me a lot of money for her to put a lawsuit against that lady. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, um, I'm your friend, and these interns of yours work for free, and they could have done it, the work, on your behalf. I mean, on my, do the work as an intern, and I get helped, right? That's why you have interns to do research for you, right? And type up your papers and all that other stuff, right? As an intern. Well, they were saying that you should charge her, and she agreed. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Here, I did your tarot reading. I did according to my ability. what I have to offer. Every individual has certain gifts or talents, or they do something out of their resources to help another person, where she has the resource to help me. See, a true friendship goes hand in hand. Don't use your friends. Don't use your friends, but you help each other out. Let's say someone knows how to fix a hole in the wall, and let's say another person knows how to uh, fix something out. So you both kind of help each other out. The tasks are kind of should be equal, and it's not exploitive. And yeah, she wanted to charge me for. I said, what? Yeah. Oh, so okay, so the story gets even better. See, this is just characterizing the narcissist, that you do things for them, but they don't have. But if they do something for you, they have to charge you like you're some common person. Okay, so um, so again, our friendship had ended because I didn't get out of bed to pick up the phone, and it's only the first and only time that ever happened. Um, and I explained to her that following morning what happened. But either way, some years went past, and I was just curious about her. So I typed in her name, uh, on my computer, and boom, let me tell you what happened. Well, it seemed like when I first met her, there was an incident that happened to her. She used to live. See one thing with the empath, I mean the narcissist, they're not truthful. They hide a lot of things. This person was hiding a lot of secrets. Well, they used to live out of state. They used to live in another. I won't give a state. They lived in another state on the East Coast, and they were practicing law there. Well, they did something to a client. This lawyer did something against their own client, and they pretty much was kicked out of that state. They could no longer practice law in that state. So when I met her, she had just relocated to New York City. And she did make mention about that state that she was in, but she didn't say anything about her law, her practice there. She never said anything about that. See, they have hold secrets. She, yeah, so she left that state to practice law in New York City. Well, the offense was that great that that person that she violated her trust. It was glitching there. Sorry for the buffering. Yeah. Um, what happened? The offense that she did against her client was so unethical. They tracked her down to New York City, and they were gonna get her, boy. They were tenacious. Yes, they were. The offense was that great. Um, well, this narcissist was so narcissistic, about herself. Um, she didn't. She didn't even answer. Like you get us now. She's a lawyer, and she knows that you better answer a subpoena. She was supposed to go to court, and she doesn't. Isn't that narcissistic? She has a court hearing and chooses not to go and answer the subpoena that was against her. And guess what else? See, when I met her, this lady, I remember she told me that she wanted to change her name. She used to be married, and now she wants to use her maiden name. And I felt sorry for her because, she gave a sad story how her husband was so abusive and got her kids against her. So I felt sorry for her, boo hoo. I really, oh, poor girl. So she said that she just wanted to, I thought she wanted to empower herself and take back her maiden name and be that lawyer. No, that wasn't the reason, I gather. See, she did such a no-no in that other state, and she didn't want her name and her reputation was already soiled, but she wanted to hide her true identity by changing her name or using a different last name. Okay. Well, the judge, she told me when she was telling me this story about her, she wanted to change to a maiden name, and here she was abused woman by her husband. The judge said, no, you are not allowed to change your name. And I was thinking, wow, what an insensitive judge. Sorry. I felt sorry for her. But there was a reason for that, people. There was a reason. And the judge probably knew about her background. He said, no way, you're not going to change your name because I know what you would do. Because she was unethical. Yeah. And so she, get this, people, it really gets juicy. So this is, what she told me, way back, early in our friendship about her wanting to change her name. And, fast forward a couple of years later, I was just being nosy and because I didn't see her in the neighborhood. Yeah, she, because I didn't see her in my neighborhood anymore. And I was just curious, with the pandemic and everything, did something happen to her? So that's why I typed in her name. So she didn't report to court to answer the complaints, what she did. Um, and so, you know what happened? They warned her. They blocked. They said you cannot practice law uh, for a season. They like a probation. Well, she screwed up that. See, the narcissist is about themselves, and she was I think I'm not sure the term, but when you're in contempt, yeah, I think you call it when you're in contempt of the law. She was in contempt of the court, I should say, and the court didn't like it, so they pulled her license. She can no longer, people, practice law. Yeah, she could have just um, apologized or something, but it was that bad. She didn't feel like going to court. And said, all right. Well, her conduct was so outrageous, according to the court. And her case was such a biggie. She, this particular woman, okay, she's a black African woman. That's the only thing I'd say about her. That uh, they use her name as a court example, like law students. Uh, um, the law people, lawyers, they have a journal. Like every occupation has journals, business journals for that occupation. So lawyers have theirs, doctors have theirs, et cetera, et cetera. Well, there's a journal for lawyers, and it gives court cases, and she is featured in that journal for being an unethical lawyer. I kid you not. See, it seems like this forum doesn't, YouTube doesn't like the truth. Yeah, unscrupulous. Thank you. She was an unscrupulous lawyer. Yep. And she can no longer practice law ever. She fucked up that bad. And there was something else that she did to me. Yeah, see, Empaths, it's not your imagination. It's not your imagination. See, life has shown me what she was all about through these events and my going on the internet and typing in her name and seeing that she's playing other people. Well, she had flattered me once. This is early, like at midpoint of our friendship. She says, "Hey, she had a little pet name for me. Yeah, they know how to charm people. Yeah, yeah, that's right, Nubian. Karma always knows your address. Yes, yes. So what happened, Nubian? Um, this was like midway to our of our friendship. She calls me one day. I was doing. Oh, I was working on a project or something. I was at my desk at the time, and she calls me. Says, "Hey, you want to make some money? I need someone to type up something for me, and anyway, give you experience. I mean, my background, I used to be a secretary, so I know how to type." And she says, "Hey, you can get practice typing. And how I was thinking was, oh, well, you're a friend, and if you need help, hey, I'll help you because you're my friend. See, that's where I was coming from. But see, again, she's manipulating and say, oh, you can get practice, going out there and making some money. I would have done it for free. See, because I am a friend. And I wanted to help my friend because she's a business lady, and black people should help other black people. Okay, so I come over to type up the documents for her, and what was agreed. She says the client is to come by to pick up the papers. Yeah. Oh yeah, she was dangerous. Yeah, that's right, Nubian. Yeah, friends like that is dangerous. She was dangerous. But I didn't understand this type of person. I was naive because she's a lawyer, and so lawyers supposed to be good people, but she wasn't. And not all lawyers. A lot of lawyers are tricksters. And I used to work with lawyers. That was my background. I worked in legal departments all the time. Um, anyways, the client was to give her X amount of money, and she said, I'll split it in half, 50-50. I said, hey, I thought, hey, that would help me out. Oh, yeah, I did get caught up, Nubian, but I got out of it. I mean, I was safe enough. Well, what happened here? This was a big, big, big mess. What happened to me, and I was just being a friend. So I get to the her law office. It was late at night, and I'm typing away, and I don't even have time to even proof it, and they telling me to hurry, hurry, hurry up because because the client came. It was a husband and wife. She worked in immigration, the lawyer. She um, had her credentials to handle immigration law, and these were two Haitian people, and they were trying to bring in a relative from Haiti, and they were but they were tricksters also. And um, the agreement was, before they came, she says, "Oh, you'll get half of the money. They're going to pay me in cash." I said, "Okay." Um, so they start to argue. The the couple came in. They were like, "Sorry about that." Yeah. So what happened? Yeah, they were about in their 50s, and they started arguing and arguing that this thing's supposed to have been done and blah 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 blah. Oh, the argument got so heated. Then they were arguing right outside the door where I was. So my so-called friend comes in and says, "Oh, hold this for me." So I peeked inside. It was in a white envelope, a legal size envelope. And I thought it was, I looked and I saw it's money. So I said, oh, she's giving me my half. So I had to go to the bathroom. It was a lot of money in there. So I thought, oh, wow, I thought, oh, wow, the thing costs more than it was. But I wanted to wait for my friend because my job was finished. Because she said, just hurry up, I just presented to and mail out the paperwork for them. So I thought my work was done. She handed me the money. Well, let me tell you, okay, it gets even worse. Um, I come out of the bathroom. I sit down because I thought me and my friend were going to leave. I thought, everything's done, right? No. Something with the paperwork, it couldn't get, it wasn't going to be at a place at a certain time. And they were yelling. They were yelling so hard, this couple. And then she said, my so-called friend says, oh, I don't have, oh, okay. The couple said, well, we gave you all our money and we need money to get home. Could you give us $100 to get home? This is what the Haitian couple said, the married couple. I need $100 to get home. So my friend said, well, I don't have the money. Well, I realize now, I should say I realized after the fact what was going on. See, she knew that they were going to try to do a number on her and not and the Haitian couple wanted money back. So some people, when they do business, they'll pay for a service and then make an excuse why you should give them a couple of dollars back. And that was the game they were playing. They knew they had to give her X amount of money and that they knew that they would have to go home, right? But they don't have enough. They have enough to give her, but not money to get home. These are grown adults. So they're both playing games. So they said, oh, well, my friend said, well, I don't have the money. They said, well, we just gave you the money. We need money to get home. Then they put me in the middle. Says, why don't they said, why don't you ask your friend for the money? And I'm thinking, what? You putting me in this? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and I have a big wad of money on me because she handed me the envelope filled with money, hundreds of dollars. Yeah. So it was escalating so much, the yelling. My friend says, look, give me $100 and I'll hand it to them and I'll pay you back tomorrow, something like that. So I hesitantly said, okay, because it was really, the argument was really getting vicious. Handed to them, and then she wanted the couple left, and then she said, for me to give her the envelope that I gave her with the money, and then she split it. So what happened was she knew what those people were going to do. She wanted me to be the accomplice, not knowing, to be the accomplice, to hold the money that they wanted, that couple wanted. So now she could say, I don't have it. And then the couple, hey, give me the money. Give me money to get home. She's your friend, ask her for the money. How dare they? Yeah. So so these are the tricksters things that narcissists do to get people involved in their dirty work. They get people involved in their dirty work. And I said, as a result of that, I said I would never work for a friend again. I would not, no, don't do it. Don't do it, people. Don't do it, especially with a narcissist. Yeah, and she didn't give me evidence. She was 40 dollars off. She owed me $40 out of it. Something was some excuse or something. So I felt angry. I said, look, we were to make an agreement. This isn't half. I'm $40 short. But I didn't push the issue because, see, the project, I typed up what I was given to type up, but it needed proofing. It was sloppy. It needed, that other things that needed to be done, and it wasn't done. So I felt guilt. I didn't feel comfortable to insist on the money because the project wasn't really fully done. It wasn't my fault, but still, I felt, a sense of responsibility for this Haitian couple. Yeah, I was honest, but she was using me, and it's like I feel like I was an accomplice of something I didn't know she was doing. Yeah, don't do business with accomplices. Very dangerous. What if they had a gun? Oh, excuse me, a weapon. What if they start fighting me? What if they say, hey, she gave the money to her friend. Let's beat up her friend. Anything could have happened. These people was a man and woman. And when you're dealing with people from poor countries, that country is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. And when people are poor and hungry, they'll do anything. And when they're being screwed, they get angry. And yes, they had a trick up their sleeve. Then you're an adult and you're going to say, oh, I'll pay for this service, but oh, give me $100 back to get. Be a fucking adult and pay for your own car fare. You're a grown ass adult in your 50s or 60s, and you need money to get home. You should have had money before. It's phony. You have tricksters who do business with other tricksters. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know. I had no idea. I was just helping out a buddy, and I would have done it for free because she said she needed help. Yeah. Don't get twisted in all Haitians. Okay. Okay, yes, of course, of course. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. All Haitians are not poor by a long shot. Yes, very true. Very true. I apologize if I offended anybody regarding that, but it's a poor country, but not all Haitians are poor. Oh, yes, that is correct. Yeah, my babies are asleep. Yeah, that's little Peanut. That's the other little one there. And the little boy's outside. Yeah, I apologize if I offended anybody regarding that. Yeah, poverty could hit anybody, any race, any nationality. But it is a country that has a lot of poverty. And my so-called friend was exploiting that poverty for this couple who was trying to get a relative out of Haiti. And it was essential that they get them out. And she exploited it. I mean, she had helpers. She had interns. And so she would put an ad in the newspaper for interns to have them do work for her. Yeah, the empath is very, very clever. Very clever. Excuse me. Yeah. So I felt to share this information because there are empaths out there who do things and wonder why they feel low energy, depressed, angry. Well, could you be involved with a narcissist who is self-absorbed and, as Nubian said, that they feel they can never do a wrong? Yeah, that's a narcissist. They're never wrong about anything, but you are. You're trying to steal from these Haitian couple, and then they try to play you back, and then you put me in the middle. How dare she do that? When I thought about it, how dare? Yeah, don't do business with so-called friends. Don't, people. Don't. And Um, so all these things characterize my friendship with her. Yeah. And she had pissed off someone. I mean, I wonder who, like the article in the Law Journal, I don't think it gave the name of who she offended, who she screwed. But I read the paper, what do you call it, the court papers of her being disbarred. Yeah, that year, 6 people got disbarred from the New York Bar, the Bar Association. Yep. To be what do you call it, barred, she had to do something. I wonder what she actually did, but they just said it was something very unethical. And they used her case study, if I could call it that, as an example of how not to not to be as a lawyer being unethical. And that was my friend, my so-called friend. Yeah, see, uh, people who are evil, people who are narcissists, you're not the only victim. It's not, and it's not you. Don't take it personal, my fellow empaths. It's not about you. It's about them. And it's about them. Yeah, it was very horrendous. Yes, it was so intense that when the couple started violently arguing with her, and people, some people live in real fear. They live in countries where people, you know what they were doing. You all heard what they were doing in Haiti. They were chopping up people with machetes who wanted to vote. It's a dangerous situation, and they wanted they wanted to get at that relative. Yeah, and they trusted this woman, this black lawyer from Africa, to be a good person, but she wasn't. She was a narcissist. She was a narcissist. They don't love anybody. And it should have really been a sign to me when she was making fun of that black person that I told you about earlier. This was early in our friendship. I was learning how to do tarot card readings, and I was doing her tarot card, and I saw a beautiful black American. His skin was so beautifully black. And I complimented how beautiful his skin was. And she said a nasty comment. I should have cut it right then and there. I couldn't believe that an African person would say something against a fellow black person about their skin. I've never heard of this. Well, she was from the a a particular tribe. Um, she was of the ruling clan in this region. Some island off of, I think Rwanda. It was some place. I don't want to give the name of the place, Um, but yeah. So now, in her blackness, and again, it might insult some people, but justice. She got, karma hit her in the nose. Well, she lost her apartment because now she's disbarred. She cannot practice law. Um, so she probably was forced out because she can't pay her rent. Guess where she moved to, people? She was forced to move to Newark, New Jersey, a very poor black city. Yeah. She's stuck there, and there are a lot of black people there, so she can make fun of their skin color. See how our irony, yeah, she is a bougie. She was raised in the bougie everything. Yeah, she works. She has her multiple degrees, and so now she's forced to live with a whole bunch of poor people in Newark, New Jersey, and what else? And she started a new business. And I try to look up the business. It seems like a dummy company. They like this the website, but nothing on it. So she's up to something now. I don't know what she's doing for money. You know, she can't practice law. Um, there's nothing on her website. You know, because I typed in the name. You know, yeah, it gave information about her. Yeah, her degrees. You know, she also has a marketing degree. But it was weird because the website didn't have anything. It seemed like a dummy company. She's formed an LLC company. And that costs money to have. I had an LLC. Yeah, I closed it down. I was losing money. Yeah, starting an honest business and costs money. Yeah, I couldn't afford it. So I had, you have to officially close it with the government. Yeah, because you'll still would be required to do taxes, and if you don't file, you have to pay a fee, a penalty fee for not filing, even though you may not have made money. Yep. Yeah. Having a business, an honest business, costs money. So I don't know how she's gonna, it costs money. She formed an LLC. It costs money to get that status with the, um, with the, what do you call it, the government. Yeah. And so now she's around a whole bunch of poor black folk. It's a high crime area. Yes, Newark is a high crime. And so she's not living her bougie lifestyle anymore. I just thought it was very ironic. Very ironic. And she deserves everything she gets. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. She's up a creek without a paddle. Yeah. Yep. And it was something because she had all the opportunity. And interesting people, she was friends. I don't remember the name, but it is a bird and a feather really does flock together. Um, who's the person that devised? You see something, say something. It's someone in government. It's a lady, and I think it was that lady. When she was in that other state, you know, when she hurts, she messed up over somebody, and then she had to be she was kicked out of that state. Oh no, she won't learn anything. I doubt that. For her to have that dummy yeah, it looks like it's a dummy company. There's no activity. Yeah, she formed the company maybe 2 years ago. Yeah. And yeah, if you see something, say something. It's some lady in government. She was friends with that lady. And when she was in that other state, when yeah, see, her husband left her. The husband treated her like shit. She probably, let me stop speculating. She claimed that her husband was abusing her and got the little kids against her, and she was forced out of the house, even though she was a breadwinner. She was forced out, and she had to go live in a shelter. Hey, this is a lawyer, and the lawyer, uh, as a lawyer, she had to live in a shelter because her husband kicked her out of the house. And according to her, oh, what was the point now? Oh, there's some point I was going to bring out about that. Um, yeah, she had done something. Oh, God. See, everything's tied to everything else. Oh, I just lost train of thought. But the main thing is that, okay. Yeah, she had to leave. Oh, her husband was denying her citizenship. Yeah, she was raised by okay. The two people knew each other from childhood. Yeah, it's a weird story. The two knew each other in childhood from her country of birth. And the boys, the man's parents, when he was a little boy, left the country and asked this family to take care of the little boy. So they lived together as brother and sister. Then they grow up and they move their own way, and she got an education and got whatever, and he moved to the United States first. And then for whatever reason, people, according to her, she said that the government, now she had a business she went to Europe, from her place of birth. She was raised in Europe, though. And then I think she went back to her native country and she was doing a business there. Well, she said that she was, yeah, let me know what you think about this. This was really interesting in the friendship, what she was telling me in the very beginning. Again, maybe she was lying, but she said that she was scouted by the U.S. government. They invited her to move, and they'll give her do her paperwork to move to the United States. They would give her an orientation on the U.S. government, the history, and they wanted her to live in the U.S. And I said to myself, why would they want her? She had a business. It wasn't in government. It was just she marketed something. And it was really, she had several homes, according to her. She had it well made. But the U.S. government wanted her to live in the U.S. So she took their offer and gave her orientation. They told her about black culture. Not. I'm sorry. Let me retract that. They told her about the culture of the social environment about the poor people in America. And what else? Yeah, so her husband, even though she was invited by the U.S. to live in the U.S., and she met up with the guy from her childhood. They lived as brother and sister. And someone from her community, one of the chiefs or something, they were all together, and the chief said that the two should marry, and they marry, and it was hectic. Yeah, they had two children together, and for whatever reason, the husband turned against the wife, my so-called friend, and he didn't do the paperwork. He had his papers, his permanent papers, whatever, but not her. And he kept on, because he married her. He already had his papers, but she didn't. And he was preventing her to get her paperwork so she could become a citizen or something, permanent residence or whatever. So she contacted her friend in government, and it was the lady that promoted the "See something, say something" slogan. It was her. I get confused. Either Nancy. Sorry about that. See, it's glitchy. Come on, people. Okay, it's going on again. Yeah, it keeps on glitching. Yeah, does anybody know who devised that slogan? Each one teach. I mean, I'm sorry. See something, say something. Yeah, I think it was that person. It's one of two of those ladies. It's either Nancy or that other lady in government. But to have that type of power was something. So it was weird that she had connections. See Something, Say Something was created by Alan Kay. No, it wasn't that late. Okay. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. No, it wasn't that lady. It was I mean, that lady wasn't the lady that the contact, because I would have that I don't recognize that name. But it was one of those two ladies, and they're not the nicest people. They're not the nicest people, but to have that type of pull, and they helped her out, and she got her paperwork done. Yeah. So I guess, with the narcissist, because sometimes they might know influential people, that they feel, okay, that was a person with, okay, yes, Homeland Security, yes. So who that lady was, it was that, I think that lady. It was a lady. Um, yeah. For this, but when I think about the story, why would the government recruit people? Yeah, she was saying that she wasn't the only one that they recruited. That the U.S. government invite people to live in the United States to do business. To live and be a part of society, and and they're doing well in their own country. What I think would happen in hindsight, again, she's from an African country. I don't think they wanted her to go back to her country. They wanted. I think it's part. Sometimes some people really want to destabilize a nation. They want to keep away the influential people, and so they're going to wag a carrot in front of their face, say, "Hey, you can live here, and we help you get started, but don't live in your home country. But you can live here." Yeah. So I think in part is to destabilize and make sure that they don't come into power. Okay. Sorry about that. I think that's what happened, people. That you have things that happen behind the scenes, and the U.S. is part of it. You know, they do social engineering. They could say, "Hey, come over here. We give you a visa. You can stay." Blah blah blah. And she could have been more grateful. I mean, see, that's another thing with the narcissist. See, I'm really emphasizing. I'm so glad the person that I spoke to yesterday taught me the word narcissist in this context, and then it opened up my eyes, and I realized that that's what was happening to me. I was being influenced by a narcissist and being controlled. And so I don't want you to fall for the tricks of the narcissist. Yeah, they can be quite entertaining. They seem to have connections, the true narcissist. They have this access because they know how to manipulate people. So don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. And learn from your experience, people, and learn to keep boundaries. And if you see somebody, something doesn't sit right up front, just distance yourself. Yeah, I had to do that. Last year I met someone, and um, no, it was 2 years ago. It was just before COVID. And then I was reintroduced to them last year, early last year, this time. And something didn't sit right with me from that first encounter. And then, things happened. My dog got sick. My dog had to have a serious operation, and I was upset. And I saw her at the front door, and she had said hello, and I told her what was going on, and for her to pray for me because she was a so-called Christian. But this person displayed greed. Yeah, the narcissist is greedy. I avoid greedy people and liars. And she wanted me to lie about something to a uh, a proprietor of a store that I was um, going to. They were excellent towards me, and she wanted me to deceive them about something. So it happened more than one. It happened twice. I said, "That's it," and I stopped I stopped extending. I didn't want to associate with her. And, she got upset. When I saw her, on the street, I did walk up to her and say, hello, how you doing? And then I kept on going because I was on my way to a place. But see, she felt the energy that I wasn't sharing with her anymore. And so she had followed me. She saw me at a distance. I had gone into a store, and she followed me to the store, and then she hit me on my arm real hard. And she looked at me. She looked like a crazy lady. Yeah, the narcissist, people like that feel that the world revolves around them, and they have a tendency towards violence and stalking. That person, and I really didn't know her. I knew her. We started talking maybe just 2 months, maybe 2 month period, real brief. Yeah, I've been to her house. She'd been to my place once, and I said, no, this is not healthy. It's some I don't, I had shared her my world. I brought her to a place where I attend. I thought it was, being friendly. She seemed okay. The initial meeting, I thought, give her a chance. That might have been an off moment for her. No, no. See, the no, the empath makes excuses for people. That's another thing. The empath loves to make the excuses for the narcissist. I made an excuse for her, and I said, okay, I'm gonna let that slide. No, don't do it, please. Yeah, and this lady hit me on my arm. She hit me hard. Yeah, they have an edge to them, and that's what I sensed about her. Yeah. So yeah, I keep a distance. I had to change my schedule to avoid her. And to many people, they might seem like nice people, but honey, um, when you see things. So I want to spare you any further pain. You may need to change your schedule to provide a buffer between you and that other person so you don't get hurt, you don't get used, okay? Yeah, let me read what this message says, okay? Okay, let me read this. Okay. Uh, okay, Nubian says it was by a New Yorker who was an advertising executive that slogan was September 12th by Alan Kay is what was being reported. Okay. Not Oh, okay, not by a woman. Okay. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. And then Nubian also says it makes it hard to be friendly to people. Yeah. Things to how to determine whether someone's a narcissist. Well, the narcissist, so some of the personality traits again, the narcissist loves to talk about themselves. They like to talk about that they know important people and about maybe they come from money. Uh, they expect people to do things for them. They start to ask you to do things for them. They speak with confidence. That's the thing that gets you because they speak so confident. What's wrong with speaking confident? But this is all a ploy, a thing to part of manipulation. It's a clever way of them bullying you because they speak with authority and they want you to do things. When you start, when you start seeing that pattern, be aware of it. Be polite. But don't have them in your circle. Don't give them your telephone number. Don't, because they're gonna see. They know how to spot you out. They know how to spot out narcissists. You know, I'm sorry. They know how to spot out empaths. That's what I meant to say. The narcissist knows how to read empaths. Because you know what we empaths do? We like to talk about how we like to help people. right? And I realize now, as I tell you this, that the empath loves to talk about, like myself, loves to talk about how you did things for people and you got screwed. Well, that's letting the narcissist know that you had allowed yourself to get into that position. Yeah. They allow you to out yourself. See, no one wants to be seen as selfish, right? Yeah, that's a bad thing to be selfish. So we're opposites, but we're actually the same. The narcissist and the empath. See, again, the empath. Oh, I do these things for people, and I got screwed. Um, it's good to share. Oh, it's good to listen. Well, the empath, they like to talk. They like to say how important they are. They like to talk about how, that they got this money or they go on these vacations. They know important people. The two seek out each other. The narcissist likes the empath because we look up to the narcissist. Empaths like to look up to narcissists. And the narcissist, okay, yeah. And the narcissist likes the empath because they get free validation. They get free energy from the empath. An endless supply. The empath keeps on giving the narcissist, and then the narcissist starves us. It's a bad cycle. Wow. Yeah, yeah, Nubian. I'm learning how to be a little selfish. Yeah, and it's not selfishness. It's about claiming yourself. It's about setting boundaries. And that's all what is it? It's a game that they play. The narcissists learn to play the game. Yeah, Nubia says, 2022, I have learned how to say no loud and clear. Yep. Yeah, Nubian. You saw my video I did a couple of days ago, uh, about say learn to say no even if it hurts. Yeah, and I had a family member call me. They saw my video a couple of days after I did that video about it. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Learn to say no, even if it hurts. Yes. Yeah, and it is liberating, people. It's liberating to be able to say no when you really mean no. Yeah. So, try to find like a network. I mean, why can't empaths help other empaths? Shouldn't we get together and help one another and support each other? Say, it's okay, girlfriend, or it's okay, my buddy boy. Let's help ourselves. Let's help each other as a family of empaths. Oh, they said, oh yeah, good question, Nubian. You said, what did your family members say about that? Well, they were angry. Well, they had controlled anger over the phone. They left a message over the phone, that my answer machine. Yeah, I didn't want to pick up and talk to this person because they're horrible. They're horrible to me, and a liar. See, I don't want to deal with liars anymore. The person lied about a situation that was very important to me. They could have just told me no, but they said yes when they meant to say no, and screwed me over. And they've done, other things, selfish things. This person has a narcissistic tendency also, in my opinion. But this person called and they said, "Oh, I saw your video about such and such, and we have something in common." And she was very, she had like controlled anger. Yeah, this person is trying to weasel her way in my life, and I'm not having it. Yeah, I don't want to talk to this person. I gave this person many chances, but this person is poison. You can have poisonous people in your life, even if they're blood. Blood doesn't make them any safer. Look in the Bible, with that King David, where he had siblings that was trying to kill him. Just because someone is a sibling or blood relative of some type doesn't make them safe. They can be just as dangerous as strangers, maybe even more so. Protect yourself, protect your space. That's all I'm saying. Okay, Nubian says, I thought that was what we are supposed to do, help each other. Yes, we ought to help one another. Yeah, and yes, and I thought especially family members, but some family members are narcissists. See, even in a family environment, there are still rules of respect. And when the person doesn't respect your boundaries, when the person lies to you, connives, uh, may even try to do physical harm or take from your property, that is not a friend. That is not a family member. In a family relationship, it should go both ways. Just because the person is blood doesn't make them uh, people that you should associate with. And where do the narcissists learn narcissism? They learn narcissism from family and learn it so well that when they go outside in life, they do what they learn from their families onto others. Okay, Nubia says, yes, you are right. Family members can really be the worst and worst sometimes. Yeah, I love each one of them. But just because you love somebody doesn't mean that they love you back. It doesn't mean that they respect you. It doesn't mean that they're honest to you in their dealings towards you. If they were strangers, would you have allowed them to do what they do to you? No. So why should it be a difference because they are blood? And it's hard for me to feel, because see, I'm the empath and I supposed to, you know, feel a certain way towards certain people. Well, certain people are scorpions. Certain people don't deserve your love. Why throw your pearls to swine? In the Bible it says that. Do not throw your pearls to swine. And us empaths keep doing that and thinking that the swine will appreciate it and appreciate the pearls that you're giving them. What does the Bible say? That they would trample on the pearls and then attack you. Has that happened to you, empaths? Has that ever happened to any of you? You were just helping. You were just giving them information. You were trying to warn them. And what do they do? Do you notice the empath seems to treat other people better than you? Empath? I mean, the narcissist, I'm sorry, I meant to say, the narcissist treats other people better than the empath. Why is that? Because they don't respect you, empath. They don't respect that you don't have a backbone. See, bullies respect other bullies. Bullies respect other bullies. So a narcissist uh, understands other narcissists. They may have an agreement with each other because they know that they can only go so far with each other because they're both narcissists. But they prey on you, empath. Well, 2022 should be the year of liberation. 2022 is the year of liberation for us empaths or sensitives like us. It is your year, your day of liberation. And this time of this epidemic that's going on, give you the time to pamper yourself, take care of your health, your needs, so that you can go on the next journey once this pandemic uh, go away, expand your wings and start enjoying you. Start enjoying you. Start enjoying other empaths. Start enjoying people like you. You could have a very, very maybe I can have like we could do a Zoom or something like that. Do a Zoom thing, and us empaths could get together and celebrate and just talk about life, about the goodness that life has to offer. You can share your experiences. So each one teach one. We could network, right? You can do a network to protect one another. We need protection because we have the narcissists around the corner exploiting us. It's okay to love yourself and to love your fellow empath. A true empath. Okay, empaths are people, you're going to see that, you know, a true empath community, in my opinion. I'm new with this term, but see, I'm learning too as an empath. I'm learning about myself that you find your way. You find where you fit in the picture as an empath. Let's say there's a group of you all. You know, the empath seeks what's available. The empath doesn't go, a true empath does not go in the seat that someone else is sitting in. They get their own chair. They find what needs to be done because someone else is doing X, Y, and Z. They're not trying to do and take over someone else's job. They find their niche in that environment for a true empath society. What does that sound like to you? Does that sound like something? Would you want something like that? Maybe for me to do like a Zoom or something like that. Something that to form a community that we can talk over the internet and just celebrate ourselves and goodness. You could, share recipes, share a smile, talk about what's happening in your life. And we take turns. The empath is about sharing. And I like that. I like the feel of that. To form a network of love, especially these days with all this happenings around the world. Empath America, true empaths. Okay, Nubian says, sounds like a good idea to me. Okay, okay. They fooled me for a long time, fake and smiling in my face all these years. They have been exposed now, so I stay away from them. Life is so much better knowing the truth about them. Yes, yes, and it's also learning the truth about oneself. Yeah, I didn't realize uh, the things that the quality. See, we all have qualities, and it's about the age of realizing who we are to ourselves. What are we doing to ourselves? Why did we open up ourselves to become victims? And this is the trap that a lot of empaths, I think, encounter. Yeah, we need to find our niche in life. We all do. But I'm saying, but I'm thinking it's okay for empaths to reach out for other empaths for support, for a support system. Yeah, yeah, for a support system. It's something I have to think about. Yeah. I know I was on this live stream for a while. Um, it is something that we can think about. and in reaching out. See, right now people are cold. It's very cold right now in New York City. It's 12 degrees Fahrenheit right now. I am not going to go out there. It's cold, but but we still need connection. We can network within ourselves. Yeah, I know of people who have what do you call Zoom. They do Zoom sessions and communicate with each other. It's like a hangout. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they have Zoom or what do you call it, Messenger, and you can message people. I'm not sure how I can do that. Yeah, I want this thing accessible to the masses. For those, I don't want money to be a barrier. I don't want, yeah, I don't want money to be a barrier. Like-minded people need to do that. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I have to find out how to do it, how to arrange it, and um, yeah, like some people, like in the description, they write like, okay, we're gonna have a such and such session at uh, a particular time, and then we all come on. Yeah, um, yeah, I can do something like that. I know. Let's see. I know Messenger has something. You could get. Um, I think more than one person could come on. Yeah, Messenger is good to do. Yeah, yeah. Do you know Nubian? Do you know with Messenger, could do you know what the maximum number of people who could come on? Yeah, because I I mean I downloaded Zoom on my computer. But this is my my iPad that I'm on. Um, yeah, I want to keep it. If I do something like this, I want to keep it very informal and easy to get into. Because I tried to, yes, not, no, not sure. Okay, yeah, I have to find out how many people are for Messenger. Um, yeah, I have to find out that logistics. So if it's not a Zoom. Yeah, I don't have a website or anything like that. I mean, I've been on one person's Zoom thing. It's something that you had to pay. It was a Patreon, and oh, okay, YouTube with Chicago. Okay, okay, I'll investigate that. I think that this might be an interesting way. How to do the yeah, they said YouTube will instruct how to do it. Okay, Zoom might allow more people. Okay. Sorry about that. It was glitching already. Come on, let's go back on. It's the counter's not moving. Come on, let's go back on. Okay, the counter just went on. Yeah, because I know I've been on one Zoom thing. Um, how hers worked, she had a what do you call it? What do you call it? Patreon? Yeah, she had a Patreon, and then you had to buy a subscription, and it was like a hangout. And then from that, I think you click on it or something, and then you get on the Zoom. Yeah, I'll go on the internet and type in how to set up a Zoom. We call it a Zoom meeting, whatever. So I don't know whether you have to go on through Patreon and then you click on the link or something and you get access. Yeah, I think I might do that. I think I might do something like that. I mean, it sounds like fun. If anybody else who's listening, uh, would you guys like to do like a Zoom a Zoom session for all us empaths, and we just get together. Maybe I'm thinking like, you know, see, I think being an empath, how I envision an empath, that see, we're really people of leisure. We like beauty and grace. I can see us, we will have a little treat, our tea and cookies, whatever, or your fruit. And we can, eat together, and we can talk. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll take a look at how to do a Zoom, and the next time I come on, um, I could provide that information. How I want to initiate that. Yeah, it may have to be through a PayPal prescription to get access. You know, but if so, I want to keep it low enough for the masses of us to enjoy time. Yeah, it's about time that that we learn to love each other, love our community, the empath, and the empath that is learning to accept themselves and to provide boundaries. Okay. Yeah. Let me know, God, those who are on, if you too, Nubians all for it. Okay. Did you get my email address? Oh, where did you put your email? Okay. Oh, where's your email? It's on, you did you email it to me, Nubian? Your email address? Yeah. My email address is spiritofazalea@gmail.com. That's my email. Spiritofazalea@gmail.com. Yeah, I wish. Let me see if I can know how to type in this. Let me see here. Uh, oh, I didn't see it. Newbie, I didn't see it in the chat room. Let's see. Okay, I'm not sure how to. Let me see here. No, it's not here. It says, yeah, I've been reading all your messages here. Yeah, you have that about YouTube will instruct you how to do a Zoom, and Zoom will allow more people. And then you said, did you get my email address? I just did it in the chat. No, it's not here. Yeah, you could even scroll it yourself. I don't see it. This not it's not here. There's no email address here. Boy, I wish. Yeah, see, I'm on my iPad right now, and I don't think Yeah, it's not. I never saw it. Yeah, yeah. Wow, exactly. Wow. Let me see what this button is. Okay, mute, share, highlight. No. What is this button for? Yeah, I'm trying to see. Oh no, that's not it. Glamour. No, that's not it. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, you just sent it again in the chat. Why isn't it there? There's nothing here. Oh, maybe. Okay, maybe DM you. What does DM mean? See, I'm still new at all this. What does DM mean? I don't know what that code means. Yeah, I don't know what that code means. Um, wow. Yeah, I think addresses and things like that. I think someone might have mentioned that YouTube doesn't permit that. I don't know how, but it's something that they said that they don't allow certain things in the chat. Oh, direct message. Okay. Oh, okay. Um, I'll take a look. Yeah. I wish I knew how to. Oh, I got an idea. I'll write it on a card. I have a piece of paper, and I write down my email address. Yeah, I thought I have it had it in my about page, but maybe I didn't put it in there. Let me write it down. My Are you on? Oh no, I don't have Instagram. Yeah, I'm old. I'm real old school, people. It's awful. Yeah, I'm old school, and I don't have Instagram. I don't have TikTok. Yeah, these are all new to me. Okay, let me write down my email address. A-L-E. I'm writing it down. C-O-M. Okay, I hope you can see that. Let me get the. Okay, oh, let me turn on the light. Put the light on. Okay, I hope you can see it now. Okay, see that? Okay, you see that? Spirit, Spirit, of Azalea, Azalea, at gmail.com. My handwriting is not the best. Spirit, Spirit, of Azalea, Azalea, at gmail.com. So you can freeze the screen, get the, my this is my email for YouTube and all that. Okay, and that you can contact me with that. Okay, so you got it. Great, great. I'm glad, Nubian. Everybody else got it too. You can also what do you call it? Freeze the screen. Screenshot, something like that. Screen save or whatever. And you can write it down. Yeah, Spir. That's an R, even though it doesn't look an R. IT of Azalea at gmail.com. I'll find out how to start this Zoom and form an empath group of empaths for us to get together and just talk, just to have fun, to learn to love ourselves. Okay? So, yeah, I'll look into it. I'll look into it. And yeah, this could be fun. I could find a date. What time would be a good time for us to get together? Yeah, I am an early bird with this my live stream, but but I'm thinking with the Zoom or whatever what method I use. Um, I probably want to do it at nighttime. I mean, like in the evening. That's what I'm thinking. I know I have to find, yeah. Let me know what time. Like this is New York time, New York City time. So right now it's 8:38 a.m. in the morning. Those of you who would like you know, like a, uh, like a Zoom call, a Zoom video call. Uh, what time would be good for you? Let me know. What time would be good for you? See, I want something, if I do this, and I think I would like to do this, what time would be good for you? Yeah, I don't know what time zone, because I have people that contact me who live in other countries of different time zones, but I want something that would be good for the majority of us, you know. Maybe I can have one day for the West Hemisphere and another one of the East Hemisphere, what would be fear? I mean, I can do that too. I want something that to reach out for the majority of people because we're hurting. We are hurting right now. People are losing lives and they don't have any outlet to just talk about what's going on. But as an empath, if I form this empath group, it's just about us enjoying ourselves, being happy, and not dwelling on what so and so did to me as a child or as an adult or what that man or that woman did. It's just about celebrating ourselves, learning to have boundaries, and especially this time and age of this pandemic, uh, we need a support system. Yeah. Let me know what times would be best for you. If you don't want to say now, if you want to think about it, just email me at that email address I just provided, spiritofazalea@gmail.com. Okay. Yeah, so I've been on this live stream long enough. I think I said what I needed to say about the empath versus the narcissist. Yes. Yes, this is a learning experience for all of us. None of us are perfect, and we are students. A true empath is a student and also a teacher. Okay? Thank you again for um, coming on board of this beautiful Sunday morning. Yes, you could have been doing other things, but you decided to just say hello in this live stream. I appreciate you for your visit, and until next time, soon. Thank you again, fellow empaths and sensitives. Bye bye. Yes, thank you, Nubian. Got your message. Bye bye.